All righty here. First time live on YouTube. Very exciting. Let's see if I'm going to get anybody joining here today. First time live. What I am doing here on this live is my very first live Q&A. So no matter where you're joining from, we are doing a marketing and business Q&A. Marketing. Wow, this pen is brutal. Let me change my pen here. See where people are going around from. Okay. Marketing Q&A, December 3rd. If you are watching this on Instagram and you can't see my iPad, it's because you need to be on my YouTube channel. You can go to my bio. You can join on YouTube where you can actually see what I'm writing down on my iPad here. But we're doing a marketing Q&A today, my very first one, and every single Wednesday. So testing out the whole going live features. If you want to get your questions answered and me to take a look at your website, your marketing strategy, or lack thereof, then you need to join the Auto Growth Academy. Again, is link in my bio. So in these calls, my live Q&A calls every single Wednesday, same time, same place, what we're going over is a few different things. We're going to go over the BOA framework, BOAA. BOA stands for business and your models and your really how you make money in your product and your offer. O stands for organic content marketing, which is the most powerful way to get your product or service featured out there. And then there's A with which is ads. I always put ads after organic. I think if you want to run a successful lifestyle business, then you have to focus on organic. It's just going to make all of your ads just perform way, way, way better. And then the last part that we talk about is AI and automations, which is really, really exciting. And I have some very, very cool YouTube videos coming up on my channel where I'm actually showing you guys how I have built software that has automated certain parts and literally replaced full-time jobs that I would have had to hire out for. So really exciting news coming out in that. But today I want to focus on your business and I want to focus on your offer because I was chatting with someone this morning, an entrepreneur who was stuck and they're stuck at about like less than 10K a month. And that's a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs, we get stuck before we hit 10K a month. And I find that that is like, it's a bit of this like danger zone where you've started to make a little bit of money doing your thing, whatever it is. And then you have enough to like kind of cover bills or maybe just cover bills, enough to live off, but then not enough to grow, right? Not enough to invest into enough money to actually like figure out how to do your market, actually grow your business. And so I think this is like this entrepreneur death cycle where you make a little bit of money, you get focused because you're busy, but then you neglect working on your business and we just work in our business. So in this conversation with this entrepreneur today, to really talk to you guys about how to actually build and scale your offer. Because the number one mistake that I see people making when they come to my marketing agency is they come in and they say, Mark, I have this like low ticket tripwire or lead magnet and it costs like 15 bucks. And then I have a course over here and I have a membership that has nobody in it. And then I have my one-on-one private coaching services or services. And then I also have all these other products. And then I also want to do this and that. And the list just goes on and on and on. So I'm going to simplify today how we build an offer for your business. And I preferably like to have three stages of your offer, which looks very similar to your marketing funnel. So instead of having your offer be like super scattered and have like a high ticket offer here and a low ticket offer and a freebie and a course and your services and all these different things, you need to have like a systematized way that people find your brand and your business and then actually turn that into a lead and then a customer. And so I'll share with you exactly how I do this in my business and how we implement this in every single other business. So for us, I run a marketing agency, the Auto Growth Agency, and we provide marketing services. Ideally, I want to get everyone to my high ticket monthly marketing services. So that's down here at the bottom, which is my high ticket, I'll put in $3 signs for my services. And most of these are with like my team, and it's really us installing the auto growth system in their business. But that's the goal where I want to get everyone to. But most people are who are selling high ticket services, especially if you're like an agency or a video editor, the problem is that you're having people you're trying to sell someone on like a $2,000 a month like short form video clipping service when they're like, "Oh my god, that was going to cost me $24,000 in a year." And most small business owners that you're trying to pitch this to, unless they like really know you and trust you, then you're just going to have a scaling because you're basically going to get maxed out when you hit your entire network. And then after you're not on your network anymore, you need new people coming in. And those new people don't know you, they don't trust you. And so it's really, really hard and takes a long time to sell high ticket services to them, which is why we have a middle of your funnel offer here. So for me, that's the Auto Growth Academy. And so this is my school community. It's a low ticket offer to be profitable off it. For me, I think it's $97 or $99 a month. And this has coaching calls every single week with me. And this is really the do it yourself version. And I created this because I was talking with so many entrepreneurs interested in my services, but they were stuck at like 5K a month or 10K a month or 30K a month. And they were like, had zero margin. And they're like, I can't invest in hiring an agency because it costs thousands of dollars a month, but I want it. And so I said, great, let me show you how to do it. And that's why I created my school community, which is my low ticket product. And then that way I can provide one to many, essentially like group coaching in that. And it also has all of our step by step tutorials. And so that's the Auto Growth Academy for me. And then we have, before that, then we have the option for like lead magnets and tripwires, whatever you want to call them. For me, selling marketing services, this is what my funnel looks like. And again, if you're watching this on Instagram, you need to hop over to my YouTube channel, check out this live on YouTube because I am sharing my iPad here and really building out what it looks like a marketing funnel. And so this is my process on what I want. So instead of having this all like pieced together, it's very systematized. I ideally want people to come in for my content, but then from that, I have lead magnets and I have a variety of ones. They really fit the content. So I have one YouTube video where I really walk people through step by step our Google Ads strategy. And with that, I have a checklist for setting up your Google Ads campaigns. So people watch my long form video on YouTube, they see a short on Instagram or on TikTok, they go to my long form YouTube video, watch the full tutorial, and in that, I do leave out like one or two little pieces and I say, hey, if you want this, go download my checklist. That checklist is my lead magnet. It's free. It's just how I start conversations. Most of my checklists, I use Instagram DM automations in order to start conversations with it. And it's not just like a many chat, like, I send someone a DM, here's your link, and that's it. Every single DM that I send on Instagram, I go and check it. I go and I make sure I'm like, who has reached out to me? Who has signed up for my lead magnet? And then I go and message them and I try to start those conversations. So that's where my entire journey starts, which is like my free lead magnet. And the whole purpose of the lead magnets is for me to start conversations with people and then get them into the Auto Growth Academy. Now, some people who go and get my lead magnets, they're ready for my high ticket services, but it's very, very few. Most people are ready for the Auto Growth Academy, which is why I send most people to those afterwards, to the Auto Growth Academy. And so that's really why I have that school community is to basically get people doing it yourself using our marketing strategy so that way you can actually grow your business and that way people can start getting results. And then once they see results, they can then grow their business, scale it more. And by the time they've been inside the Auto Growth Academy on school for like months and they've seen me and they've had conversations with me on Instagram DMs and in our weekly coaching calls, then they trust me. And finally, in order to sell high ticket services, once you have that trust built up, you can then find it very easy to sell high ticket services. A lot of it is like you don't even need like to have a proposal or to have these like 15 friggin' consult calls with someone trying to convince them to buy your service. They just trust you already because they've had so much exposure to you over months and months and months that they're just like, cool, I'll sign up because this is the program. And ideally, like really what I trying to pitch in my marketing services, like the school is the done for you or the do it yourself route. And within that, I'm showing people what exactly we do for our clients, what we do for my own business. And then really what people realize is that, oh yeah, there is actually a lot of work that goes into marketing. Like you can't build a business that's doing 100K a month without like really working on your business and investing in your marketing, doing it, putting in the work. And that's really what positions us nicely to jump to our high ticket services, because it's like, cool, you've grown your business now from 5K a month to 20K a month or 15K a month. Now you don't have the time. So why don't you outsource some of your marketing services to us? And so that's really how my offer works and the different steps that go through it. So if you're watching this video and you have too many offers, which most of you do, most of you have way too many offers, you need to focus on one offer. And really, by one offer, it means like, what is the steps, especially if you're selling high ticket? If you're doing low ticket services or low ticket, like a digital product, you can just stick in the high volume and high sales area. Now, if you're doing low ticket, you need to figure out how to get like a boatload of volume. Like I'm talking millions of people seeing your content every single month. If you're selling like low ticket digital products. But if you do have like high ticket services or communities that you want to upsell people into, then you can start to look at a bit of a funnel, a bit of a step, a bit of a journey, if you will. The journey of the customer experience is really how they interact with your brand. And this is exactly what it looks like here. So if you have any questions, you can drop them down in the live chat. And as always, I'm going to be doing these every single Wednesday now. Every Wednesday, I hop on and do live coaching calls on the Auto Growth Academy. We take a look at people's landing pages. We take a look at your videos. We take a look at your marketing strategies, your funnels, and actually dial it in, answer your questions, and really ensure that your business is growing. Because I think it's a crime that 95% of businesses will never make more than six figures a year. I think it's an absolute crime. And this is the path to do it. At least this is the path for most entrepreneurs who don't have money to invest in a $2,000 a month agency to then also put in 5,000 a month in ads, right? So if you don't have that money, you need an organic route. And so going the organic route is really the best way to do that. And this is how we actually build it out for everyone. I was chatting with a custom home builder and we were talking about this exact same thing. Now for them, it's a little bit different, but their offer, their freebie is floor plans and design plans and a brochure. And so that way, for their new communities that they're building, they have the brochure that they send out to people and say, hey, check out our floor plans for our new build. Look at the different design and color combinations and customize your dream home. So they get people in with a free brochure. And then after that, they have like a sales center or like a home demo. Sometimes these walkthroughs that are VR walkthrough with that's a VR or sometimes real. And then they have finally like their actual like high ticket renovation or home build. Uh, I'm just gonna draw a picture of a house here. Way too complicated for me to write houses, but now my picture drawing skills suck. So that's the funnel for this custom home builder. Is like these are the three different stages that we walk people through. And this is a big like shift for a lot of people because a lot of people will like know you have to have a lead magnet. So you go and create your free lead magnet and then you don't do anything with it. Maybe you have like an email follow-up sequence, but that's it. And that's why for my lead magnets, I have people message me on Instagram because I want to start conversations with people and I start DMs in Instagram. So that's why I leave all my lead magnets there. Now yours can be different. You can have your brochures be emailed to them and maybe send them a text or a call or maybe you email them personally back. But the whole purpose of your lead magnet is to start conversations. And then most of those people are not going to respond back to you, which is fine. But you can have your system in order to chat with them. And then once you do get chatting with them, that's when you bring them to the next stage, which is like having like a sales call or actually like walk through in a VR for this custom home builder. That's when you have them pretty deep in the funnel and they're pretty willing to be able to like, invest and they're pretty deep into it. So that's really how we design all of our marketing funnels. So when you see and hear things like marketing funnels, Just realize it's not as complicated as you think. Your marketing funnel can be pretty straightforward if you just try to visualize your business and understand that you can't sell expensive things to people who don't know you and don't trust you. So, if you want to sell expensive things to people who don't know you and don't trust you, and you want to sell a lot of it, then you need to have a marketing funnel and you need to have the different stages of your offer. And by the way, when people talk about brand, a lot of people are confused about what brand is how they have with you. So when you walk somebody down your offer and marketing funnel here, every interaction they have with you, from the video they watch on Instagram to the video they watch on YouTube to the landing page that you send them on to the DMs that you send them on Instagram or the emails you send them or the calls you have with them, everything in that experience contributes to your brand. Your brand is just like this like vague term to describe like how people experience your brand. And they know it when they see it and they know it when they feel it. And most of us, it's the brand is more of like a feeling. I would say like most custom home builders, you don't have like the Nike or the Apple of like custom home building. Maybe a little bit in some specific areas, but for the most part, when people are looking at custom home builders, they're looking at like 10 businesses that are all roughly build kind of similar homes and properties. And so the micro experiences that you have during this journey is what's going to dictate them. So the micro experiences are super huge, right? Like the brochure, is there a big, long, lengthy form that they have to fill out, or do you make it easy on them? What are the principles that guide you as a brand on how people experience your marketing, your funnel, your offer? Do you have these scripted videos or do you go off the cuff like I do in pretty much all of my videos? And so everything that you do contributes to your brand and it helps people know you. And if they know you, then they're going to start to like you. And if they like you, then they're going to eventually trust you, which is going to allow you to then sell to them. So, long story short, your marketing funnel, stop doing so much. You cannot build another course, another offer, and expect it to work if the last three didn't work. If you want to know exactly how to build your offer, I am having the 4 weeks to launch program kicking off in January. 4 weeks to launch. It starts January 5th, I believe. Uh, January 2026. And this walks you through exactly how to build your offer, how to build your landing pages, and build your marketing funnel to actually start sending people to those landing pages. So if you have an idea for a program, for a course, for a community, for a service, but you have not taken the leap, then you need to join 4 weeks to launch. And that can be seen at autogrowthacademy.com. You can sign up for the waitlist on 4 weeks to launch there. And if you have any questions, you can always drop them inside the Autogrowth Academy on School, and I'll be sure to answer them in one of our weekly calls that we have right now. So that's it for this video. Fun first live stream. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.